Any other friends?
I don't I think we can.
Oh, yes. Yes, Tyler. All right, guys, feet together, hands on your head, reach your toes. Thank you for my couple, yes, ma'am. I know we're going to get louder here in a moment. Yes, ma'am. Feet together. Yes, ma'am. There you go. Count down from 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs to shoulders apart, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Reach for the middle.
Yes, ma'am.
Count down from 3.
3, 2, 1.
Over to your left leg, yes, ma'am. Over to your right leg. Left leg. Right leg. Left leg. Right leg. Left leg. Right leg. Middle. Slides and splits. Everything feels good. Feels great. Getting more flexible. Every day. Well, that's part of our positive self-talk. So as you guys are practicing these things that are harder, you tell yourself that you can do it. If it's hard or it hurts, you tell yourself that it feels good. Because sometimes when we push ourselves physically, it does start to hurt. But we can push ourselves through that. Not when it hurts really, really bad. We want to hurt, if it hurts just a little bit, then that's a stretch. We want to push through that stretch and encourage our body in that stretch. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Make sure your toes are concealing. And you want to lean forward. There you go. And take a seat. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Legs nice and wide.
Yes, ma'am.
And reaching for the middle. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, something important for you guys to remember when we are doing these splits or any sorts of stretches. You don't want to push yourself to where your muscles start screaming and you want to scream, but you do want to push yourself to where it feels uncomfortable. Because where you're uncomfortable, you start to grow. Whether that's in your stretch or in life when you're learning something new. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
If it's uncomfortable to learn, you keep working hard and keep trying and you persevere. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Push yourself to where you're uncomfortable so that you can grow further. I can tell you right now, about a month ago-ish maybe, I was on the splits probably right about here. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And now, this is about where I am. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Now this is uncomfortable, but then I just hold it here because I know I can do it. And while I'm doing it, I use that positive self-talk. Tell myself that I can do it. I know I used to be in the full split, so I'm going to be there again one day. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe by the end of the year. As long as I keep stretching. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'll go and grab your knees. Pull them in. There's a positive self-talk.
Positive self-talk.
All right. Go ahead. Say crisscross yourselves. Back to them straight. Nice and tall. Just like a black belt. Oh, why is my black belt? Or my almost black belt. The only one with that. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, there we go. So positive self-talk. Everybody say, I'm smart.
I'm smart.
I am awesome.
I am awesome.
I can do this.
I can do this.
I'm amazing.
I'm amazing.
So who's ever found themselves doing something that, and you go, oh, I can't do this. Oh, I'll never get this. There goes. A lot of us. That's part of self-talk. You're talking to yourself, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Whenever from now on, I challenge you guys, when you start finding yourself doing that, immediately, as soon as you start having that thought, you start saying, oh, I can't. No! You stop the thought right in its tracks. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you replace it with, yes, I can. I can do this. I'm amazing. I'm smart. I'm flexible. I have amazing balance. I'm going to get this. I can do this. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. Tyler, what's your question, sir? You still use positive self-talk at school? Fantastic. Every stand up, yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Set your left to Aya. Set your right to Aya. Set your left to Aya. Let me see a strong front punch. Ready, punch. Remember front punches with your front hand. Ready and punch. Ready and punch. Ready and punch. Now let me see a strong back punch. Ready and punch. Let me see a strong back punch. Ready and punch. Ready and punch. Ready and punch. Let me see a strong front punch, back punch. Ready, go. Ready and go. Ready and go. Let me see a front hand bridge hand now. Let me see a front hand bridge hand. A reminder what a front hand bridge hand looks like is you use your front hand. It comes out and you hit with your thumb. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, one more time. Ready and go. And then bring it back. This time I want you to hold out there. Ready, go. Bring it back. My assistant, you see where we're going with this, right? Fantastic. You're going to say karate. Combination. Number 5. You guys just did all the pieces to it, so now we're just going to put them together. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Karate combination number 5. I'll let the assistants do it. Karate combination number 5. Ready? Go. You guys just try to repeat it. You're almost assistants, not quite yet. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Every reset. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
But you guys are leaders, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, are you guys leaders?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
that's what I thought, because I know these guys know that they're leaders. All right, karate combination number 5. Everybody say front punch. Everybody say back punch. Front hand bridge. So now we're going to say it and do it one more time. Reset. Yes, ma'am. Say front punch. Back punch. Reset. Yes, ma'am. All right, now we're going to do a little bit. Ready, go. Front punch, back punch, front bridge. Reset, yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Say it. And do it. You say it and do it because it helps our minds create more neural pathways. That's the sciencey way to say it. It helps us learn better. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, ready? Say it and do it. Karate combination number 5. Ready, go. Front punch, back punch, front bridge. Turn, yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Now you have a new direction to go, which means you have a new front hand, a new back hand. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Abel, this way. There we go. Ready? Go. Front punch, back punch, front bridge. Reset, yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, ready, go. Front punch, back punch, front bridge. Reset, yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Take a knee, yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, one thing I want you guys to make sure you guys are remembering when you are doing these techniques is you gotta, as soon as you do it, you return to home. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
You do it, you return to home. The only difference at the end of a combination is at the last move, we're gonna leave it out there. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
But not the last move and the move before that. That's not gonna work out very well, is it? No, because when I start to learn how to spar, I just left a target open. And that wouldn't be very good, would it? No, because then somebody can tag me and I don't want to get tagged. Because that's all sparring is. It's a game of tag. It's just a slightly different game of tag. Stand up, you stand?
Yes, ma'am.
Set your left side. Karate combination number 5. Go. Turn. Make sure you guys say it and do it this time. Say it and do it. Keep your hands up, Miss Amanda. Ready and go. Oh, there you go. For a hand right. And the other hand, no, switch your hands. You have the right. There you go. And reset. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ready and reset, but still face that direction. Keep your hands up. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am?
ma'am.
Say it and do it nice and loud. Ready and go. Front punch, back punch, back punch. Reset. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Take it in. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Take it in. Yes, ma'am? Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
On the back line, go.
Yes,
1,
ma'am.
2, 3, 4, 5. For those of us who didn't remember that time, do you guys realize what you forgot?
Yes, ma'am.
Fantastic. So now I'm going to see it this time. I'm glad that you guys can help remember for yourself and correct yourselves. Ready? To the front line, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. face, you can go to the other side of the floor so that we're not tripping over each other. Back one, go. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Return to your square. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Country judging. Joseph, turn and face Ava. Camille and Caleb. Ariana and Kaylani. Laszlo and Logan. Max and Tyler. You guys are all partners, yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Assistants.
Yes,
Put
ma'am.
yourself with one of the pairs. Go.
Yes, ma'am.
Find the pairs. Okay. Fantastic. All right, highest rank is going to run and grab a kick paddle and then return to their partner. Yes, ma'am? Go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Camille, go! Get it! Run! 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Miss Camille, bring that pad up here for me. Yes, ma'am? Thank you, ma'am. May I hold it? Thank you very much. Set towards me, pull out. All right, so Miss Camille is going to do karate combination number 5. Yes, ma'am? Oh, yes, ma'am? I'm going to be your coach. I'm going to hold the paddle. Everybody say, coach.
Coach.
I got a coach.
I gotta go.
I say, I got a coach. Person with the paddle is the coach. Everybody say, encourage. The role of the coach is to encourage your partner. You don't want to tell them everything they're doing wrong. You can help them critique one thing, but you want to tell them what they're doing right. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody say, be a good finder. Oh, sounds like something we've been learning in the past, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
you want to be a good fighter. You want to encourage your partner. So Miss Camille, I know, is amazingly strong. So she's going to do that strong front punch, that strong back punch, and then I'm going to turn the paddle so she can do her ridge hand. With the loud, there you go, just like that. Yes, ma'am? Now I can help her critique one thing. She wants to remember to keep that hand up by her face. Now, since I critiqued one thing, that's the only thing I'm going to critique, but I'm going to make sure she knows what she did well. What's one thing she did well? Caleb.
She did the front punch, back punch.
She remembered the whole combination, right? There you go. That's one thing. Give her one clap. She also had nice power. She also remembered her ridge hands with her thumb, not her pinky. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, guys. That's something you guys get to do with your partner. Everybody give Miss Camille a clap. Give her a clap. Say you rock.
You rock.
Make your partner come to attention. Bow, courtesy. Remember to turn that paddle for that ridge hand. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Go. We can still hold to the side and do well. All right, fish your partner, come to attention. Go, courtesy. Hand the kick paddle over. It's your partner's turn. Yes, ma'am? Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Set your partner glove. Ayo! Go. Miss Jimena, do you have a coach right there? You do? Okay. I only see your eyebrows and up. Oh, there you are. Okay, keep practicing. Karate combination number 5. Don't touch his back on his rich hand. Time, guys! I saw a couple of these. They hurt me. Take a knee, yes, ma'am? Now while you're in a knee, put your hands like this. Everybody say ka.
Ra.
Ra. T.
T.
Art of the empty fist.
T.
So karate is the art of the empty fist. It's so empty, in fact, not even air can fit in there. We want to have tight fists. There's 2 reasons why we don't put our thumb in there. For one, we now have a space for air. If you want to think of karate, the art of the empty fist. But for 2, you punch something with your thumb tucked, you're going to hurt yourself. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
So never, ever, ever have your thumb tucked. Everybody say thumb. Outside. Thumb is always on the outside, just like it's on the outside of your hand. It's going to be on the outside of your fist. Yes, ma'am?
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right, everybody stand up.
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. Set to the side. If you're holding a kick paddle, go ahead and set it down. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we're going to work on our speed with karate combination number 5. Ready? Go. And you want to try to beat my claps for every move. Turn, yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I want to hear ch-ch-aya. Ready? Go. Aya. Turn, yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ready? Go. Turn. Oh, you guys can have louder yes, ma'ams. Ready? Go. Turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Ready? Go. There you go, Joseph. Turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Ready? Go. Turn.
Yes, ma'am.
Ready? Go. And take a knee. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. If I just want to hear you. Yes, ma'am. This combination is a very handy combination in sparring because you want to be able to trick your partner. You go, oh, I'm going to go this way. Oh, no, I'm going to go this way. Ah, I got you. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
That's one of the reasons why we do it. A lot of your combinations you guys can then use when you start sparring. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Are we ever say sparring?
Sparring.
We're going to work on the first step of sparring today. This is the next thing you guys are going to do. Ever say open?
Open.
Closed.
Close.
So there's 2 different stances you can have when you're sparring. You can have a closed stance, which our belly buttons are facing opposite directions. We're closed off from each other. Or you can have an open stance where our belly buttons are facing the same way, where we're open to each other. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
What we're going to do today is from a closed stance. Everybody say closed.
Closed.
So when you guys are doing this, make sure you have one foot in front of the other. If you spar like this, you're giving your partner a huge target. Yes, ma'am?
Yes,
ma'am.
So one foot behind you, you're set. One person is going to, oh wait, we got to measure off too. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody say distance.
Distance.
We got to start learning our distancing. Distancing is really important. So we're going to measure off. We're going to reset. I am going to come in with an offensive front punch. She's going to block it with her back hand. So I come in, she pushes it with her back hand. Did I go super fast?
No.
No, I went slow so that my partner could block it. Yes, ma'am?
Yes,
Then we're going to reset. We're going to measure all over again. That way we can start learning our distance. Then she's going to come in. I'm going to block it. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wait. We got to measure. And then I'm going to come in. And then we got to measure. And then she's going to come in. And then we got to measure. Measure every time. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
There you go. That way you can start learning your distancing. And this is an awesome thing to start learning and sparring because you got to be able to pass. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, everybody stand up.
Yes, ma'am.
Face your partner. Come to attention. Back courtesy. Set towards your partner. Loud. Aye. Measure up. Now, double check your stance. Make sure you guys are in a closed stance. All right. Highest rank is going to come in slowly with that punch first. Lower rank's going to block. And then keep switching off. Go. Miss Amanda, okay. So in the air, Miss Amanda, you're going to do your measure. You're going to come in with offensive front punch. And then you'll reset. And then you'll practice your pats. Pats. There you go. Offensive front punch. Reset. Pats. Keep going. Keep practicing, Miss Amanda. Every time someone makes the enemy walks, you have to reset, so re-measure off. So if you guys put your close, somebody's got to scoot back. Oh, you're too close, so how do you fix it? Now you're open too much. And time, guys. So if I miss one of you, everybody take a knee. Yes, ma'am? This is going to come in handy for sparring. Everybody say backhand.
Backhand.
Front hand. Which do I use?
Backhand.
For this one, I'm going to use my backhand. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, guys. So which one you're going to use? You're going to use your backhand. Notice if I start punching Miss Juana here, she uses her backhand. She's closing off my follow-up technique. It's a lot harder for me to get my body around my own body. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
If she uses her front hand, she's giving me even more momentum to follow up with. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that's why we want to use our backhand. So as you guys practice this at home with your parents, you guys can actually use this as part of your shadow sparring on your karate practice log if you'd like with your parents. You want to make sure you're practicing that distancing, because everybody say distance.
Distance.
You got to know how far you are away from your partner. It's really important to know your distance. In general, yes, but not in sparring. You want to be roughly this distance apart. You and your partner's arm lengths. Yes, ma'am?
Yes,
What this distance does is it allows me to not be able to easily reach my partner, except for with one technique, which is your slowest technique ever. Yes, ma'am? It means you have to be offensive with your techniques. But it also helps you learn how far you need to be apart from each other. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, guys, stand up.
Yes, ma'am.
Face your partner. Come to attention. Bow courtesy. Say awesome job, partner. Come here. Tyler, come on up here. There you go. Tyler's turning in his gray stripe worksheet. He's turning in it early, so he's also going to be earning a bonus red stripe. He's also turning in his healthy eating as well as a book club card. Give him one clap. Give 2 claps. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me have Mr. Abel come on up here. Mr. Abel is turning in his gray stripe, so he's also earning his bonus red stripe. Give him one clap. Give 2 claps. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Laszlo, come up here. Laszlo will turn in his health eating, his self-discipline, his book club, his gray stripe, earning that bonus red stripe, and a victory note that says Laszlo was the first in his second grade class to complete his extra math in class. Through this, he earned a trophy, but mostly he saw the reward of his own practice and efforts. Good job, son. Give him one clap. 2 claps. Say, you're awesome.
You're awesome. Miss Oriana, come on up here.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, there you go. Miss Ariana's turning in that book club card as well as her self-discipline sheet. She's doing laundry without being asked. Woo! Give her 1 clap. Give her 2 claps. Oh yeah!
Oh, yeah. Mr. Caleb, come on up here. Caleb turned in his character transfer sheet, earning his gray stripe and that bonus red stripe. Give him 1 clap. 2 claps. You rock.
You rock.
Logan, come on up here. Logan is turning in his book club card as well as his job list. Give him 1 clap. Give him 2 claps. Say, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Miss Kaylani coming up here. Kaylani is turning in healthy eating, book club, and job list. Give her 1 clap. 2 claps. You rock.
You rock.
Let me have Miss Camille. Come on up here. Miss Camille is turning in her self-discipline. Her gray stripe worksheet earned also a bonus red stripe for healthy eating as well as a victory note. Camille was recognized by the cafeteria lady at school for always helping pick up after other students who have left their trash behind. We are very proud of her for showing responsibility for herself and others. Everybody give her a huge round of applause. All right, guys, everybody hands on your back. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, everybody say Saturday.
Saturday.
4 On Saturday, we have our 4-Up award class. So if you earned that 4-Up award, make sure you guys are there. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Who does not know how to earn a 4-Up award? Okay. Thank you guys for being honest. That 4-Up award, you need to have completed during one single test cycle, a full and complete book club card, a full and complete healthy eating, a full and complete self-discipline, as well as at least 1 job list. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
You have to have all. Wait, how many homeworks is this?
4.
Oh, 4. So maybe that's why it's called the 4-Up, right?
Yes,
There you go. At least 1 full and complete worksheet of all 4 homeworks to make sure you're being a very well-rounded student in order to earn that 4-Up award. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
You never know 4-Up award may be, because you never know what crazy things may come. Like on Saturday, for those who earned it, they get to do that pumpkin smashing class. Ooh, like I said, you never know what cool, crazy things we come up with. Let me have Miss Kaylani come on up here. Thank you. Miss Kaylani was unable to make it to graduation. She is earning an award for healthy eating for her job list as well as her blue belt. Everybody give her a huge round of applause. All right, yes,
Ma'am.
Right, make sure you guys are working on your karate practice logs. Remember, those are required in order to be able to promote. Now that you guys are in level 1, as well as make sure you guys are working on those gray stripe worksheets. You have until Saturday to earn that bonus red stripe with your completed gray stripe worksheet. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Black Belt 3.
As a dedicated student of the martial arts, I live my life by the principles of Black Belt. Honesty, courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, ground spirit.
Attention. About position.
1, 2, 3.
Loud and proud position.
Down. Right, right, investment. Awesome.
Master Club, you guys are dismissed. Leadership students, please grab your notebooks, a pen or pencil, and your coach if you need help taking notes. Go.
Yes, ma'am.
It depends on the peach too. No, It depends on them. It depends on if we did.
We did not bring that. It's in my car and I rode with my daughter today.
A notebook?
Yeah, it's in my car. I rode with my daughter, but do you have a piece of paper I can write on and then transfer it?
I do not. What I always encourage students to do if they don't is if our team, ask your teammates. I definitely don't upstairs. Camille, if you can get a teammate to let you have a piece of paper from their notebook, then go ask them. But ask a teammate first. Because a lot of them have notebooks.
Ask somebody if you can borrow a piece of paper. Just ask one of your teammates.
You can go to Camille, you can go to Kaylani, you can go to Logan, you can go to Laszlo. Choose one, quick. 5, 4, 3.
I don't know.
Go to Kaylani.
Come on, buddy.
What do you think? Why don't you go ask her? No.
Can I borrow a piece of paper?
There you go. If you guys ever forget a piece of paper, or if you guys ever forget your notebooks at home, I encourage you guys to look at your team, because we're all a team here. Yes, ma'am? Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so if you are new to level 1, we are doing our 17 Indisputable Laws of Teamwork book. And even though if you're brand new right now and you're starting in the middle of the book, that's okay. Because by the time you get out of level 1, you will have gotten through all of the chapters. Yes, ma'am? All right. I also recommend to read the chapters. About every other week, we're on a new chapter. They're nice and short. They have good stories. You can talk about them. Yes, ma'am? Yeah. But they're not required, unlike the other book tests. And if you don't know what other book tests I'm talking about, see me after class. Yes, ma'am? All right, this week we're talking about the law of the chain. This is law number 5, the law of the chain. The law of the chain states that the strength of the team is impacted by its weakest link. The strength of the team is impacted by its weakest link. So if you guys had a chain made out of metal, and then a link out of the chain that's made of paper, and then metal chain, if somebody pulled on each end, which chain do you think is going to break? The metal one or the paper one? Laszlo?
The paper one.
Probably the paper one. Is it stronger or weaker than the metal?
Weaker.
It's weaker. So that one's probably going to break. Okay, that one broke. So you know what? I'm going to be smarter this time. I'm going to add a metal chain link in this time. Now it's made out of metal. However, from the polling we did earlier, I didn't notice that another one of my chains is not completely broken, but it's cracking. All these other ones are whole. Which one do you think is weaker?
The cracking one.
Joseph!
The cracking one.
The cracking one. So if I pull this time, both sides, which one do you think is going to give?
The cracking one.
This Camille. Not Camille. Sorry. Your hand wasn't up. Kaylani. The cracking one. This time the cracking one's probably going to give up. Oh man, it broke. There you go. See the problem this time? Why is the chain important? Well, the chain has to work together as a team, right? Yes, ma'am? Because maybe this chain has a job. Maybe it's not a job of 2 people pulling on it, but maybe it's performing a really important job. What's something important that a chain might do? Yes, ma'am. It holds things together.
Yeah, so you can carry it.
Holds things together so you can carry it. So, how many of you guys have seen those big semi trucks with big things on it? No? Semi-truck, it's carrying, you can't tell sometimes what it's carrying. Sometimes it's carrying a whole bunch of logs, or it's carrying a whole bunch of construction equipment. Nobody's seen that on the highway? Okay. If you guys didn't know about this, me, I used to work in the military. I was National Guard, and one of my jobs that I did I did a lot near the end, is I used to put the Humvees on the semi-trailers. So this is the semi-truck. If you guys couldn't tell, this is not Martis. My job was to drive the Humvee up onto the truck and get it up there. And then the trucker's job, that is a Humvee, guys. The trucker's job is to make sure it stays there and gets from one place to another. For example, I went from Colorado to Pennsylvania. That's a long way to travel, right? And I can tell you right now, the Humvee brakes are not strong enough to, brakes alone, hold the Humvee on. So they'll chain it down. Now what happens if they only use one chain with a broken link? Yeah. It'll open, the train will break, and then the Humvee goes from on the truck to off the truck. Say, uh-oh. It goes off the truck, it falls onto the highway, the Humvee breaks, the trucker's in trouble, the Humvee's in trouble, and the person that was driving behind the trucker is in trouble too, right? Because the Humvee's gonna roll. Who knows what a Humvee is? So I just realized I'm using this word. You guys, all right, there you go. A Humvee is one of those really, it's like a Jeep, but for the military. And it's strong and it's heavy too. Yes, ma'am? It's like a tank, but yeah, there you go. We'll just say it's a tank. Yes, it drives. I've driven them. All right. So the law of the chain. You're only as strong as your weakest link. Yes, ma'am? So when you have your team, your whole team is only as strong as its weakest link. And one thing that's really important for you guys to recognize sometimes is that your team is, sometimes it's not for everybody. The team is not always for everybody. Sometimes not everyone will take the journey. Not everyone will take the journey. Because some people don't necessarily want to go. The journey, for example, you guys here at karate, your team, your journey is your journey from white belt to black belt, right? Is look around. I'll tell you right now, most of these people here that you're looking at right now, this is your team to get to black belt with. Back there, if you look at everybody with a white belt with a brown stripe in it, that's their team. That's actually the prep cycle team right now. And hopefully they'll make it through prep cycle to receive their conditional black belts in a month from now. 22 days from now. They started together. They were in level 1 together. Then they moved to level 2. Then they did level 3. They're accomplishing their black belts together. This is your team, yes, ma'am? You got to work with your team. Hey, prep cycle! Yes, ma'am. If somebody doesn't yell in prep cycle, do you all get in trouble? Yes, ma'am. If somebody doesn't work their hardest, do you all get in trouble? Yes, ma'am. You're only as strong as your weakest link, yes, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. There you go. Thank you, prep cycle. You're welcome, ma'am. So, if somebody doesn't want to do it, they probably shouldn't be on your team, right? Yes, ma'am? There you go. Another reason why the team is not for everybody is not everyone should take the journey. Maybe they're not mentally ready for it. Yes, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. Maybe they're trying for prep cycle, but they're not ready for it. Maybe they don't remember everything that they've learned yet, so they got to keep practicing so they can be ready. Yes, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. There you go. And not everybody can take the journey. Sometimes people don't necessarily have the skills that they need to be able to take the journey. Sometimes people don't have the skills that they need to be able to accomplish the goal of the team. Because as a team, it's really important that you guys all have the same goal. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
So ultimately, right here, right now, you all have the same goal. It's to achieve black belt, right?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your goal?
Black
There you go. Or at the beginning of class, when I say, what's your goal?
belt.
There you go. You want to be a black belt, yes, ma'am? You all say it together. That's your goal. Together as a team. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, it's really important for you guys to remember the impact that a weak link can have on the stronger links of a team, because your team's only as strong as its weak link. What happens when you have a weak link is the strong links have to help the weak. Now, that doesn't sound too bad, right? They have to help. Helping isn't bad, right? No, ma'am. Helping's not necessarily always bad. The problem with helping sometimes, when you have a goal, my adults, you guys have deadlines, right? And if somebody isn't pulling their weight on the team, you have to help them. And sometimes you realize you start to resent. The strong links start to resent the weak links. Because I'm always doing the work with the weak link. I always have to do this. This person needs to learn how to do the work, but they're not doing the work that they need. You start to resent them. Which means that the stronger links aren't having the time that they need to make themselves better, to do the work that they need. Which leads them to question the leader's ability to deal with the weak links. Now you guys are in leadership, right? So it's your goal to eventually be a leader, right? Surprise, you're already being a leader. You're already a leader. You guys lead each other right now. You lead among the team. Yes, Miss Ariana?
I use the 7 math games in school, and everybody else in my class has been leading.
Hasn't been or has? There you go. You lead from within the team. She started using her 7 magic words at school. Suddenly her classmates start using the 7 magic words. As an individual leader in the classroom, one person gets louder, the other person starts to get louder. The other person starts to get louder. Oh wait, now it becomes a competition. I'm gonna be louder. No, I'm gonna be louder. We're all gonna be nice and loud. Or strong. Or powerful. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
You guys do this in your classroom. You can do it at school even. You use your 7 magic words, which helps improve your classmates as well. Yes, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
You start showing respect to the teacher, and so on and so forth. Do you guys want to read about the domino effect that can have? I recommend finding the book Because Brian Hugged His Mother. If you want to know about it, I'll tell you about it if you come to me after class. Yes, ma'am? Everybody stand up. Come to attention. About courtesy. Please clean your sword and have a fantastic day. Yes, sir. Thank you, ma'am.